The college basketball experience pregame show for February 4th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Networks, presented by WinBet. WinBet's now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same game parlays to live in-game odds, WinBet is what you need to win. Sign up today. Bet $100. Get $100 free bet at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply. We're also brought to you by SGPN's Big Game Squares contest. Yeah, big game. I know we have a shit ton of them in college basketball today, but they're referring to the Super Bowl next week. $1,000 prize pool and completely free to enter. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/squares to enter today. We're also brought to you by SGPN's Big Game Bingo. Yeah. You don't need to visit the old folks home to see your grandmother. You can play bingo with us. All right. $57 SGPN gift card for every bingo hit exclusively on the SGPN app, which you can download for free in the App Store and Google Play Store. And look, if you're going to be out in Arizona for the big game, make sure you check out SGP's live show at the Ainsworth Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Ainsworth. Register today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/big game.
What's up, everybody? This is Cameron Krog from Loyola Chicago Ramblers, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Shout out to the Broad Stop. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Woo! We got a golden slate here. Welcome to the college basketball experience. Oh man, if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, well, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
You are going to pay for it. Good night. Oh, the slate. I know the SGP has that quote, the slot. I'm talking about the slate. The slate is fantastic. I am joined by, it's Saturday morning. Shout out to the whole chat. You know who it is on Saturday morning. All right. Host of the NBA Gambling Podcast, host of the WNBA Gambling Podcast. You can hear him on the NFL Gambling Podcast too. Give it up for Terrell Furman Jr.
What's going on? Yes, sir. It is rivalry. Super Saturday. Huge
best lineup I think of the year so far.
I would be remiss. I'd be remiss if I didn't start the show like this. Fuck Duke.
I should have got NC Nick on the show. I'm sure he's out.
He's scared. He's terrified.
Getting ready for the game. Yeah, he's in the
terrified
bomb shelter.
I took a bottle of booze from him the last time out. I won a bottle of booze from him. I haven't cashed that in yet. I've been saving that for a rainy day. I've been saving it for a rainy day, but he thinks I forgot. I didn't forget. So it'll be one day that I really did. I'm like, hey, I want this one. So
and look, and I've been to his house, and you know the neighbors will fly their flags, whether they're state, whether they're Carolina, whether they're Duke. Mm-hmm. Where it is, and I'm just speculating here. I after last season's toilet flush with Coach K in Cameron Indoor, maybe he's a little reluctant to put that flag up. Maybe
I mean I wouldn't. There's nothing else you can say. Like and that's what's so great about this rivalry and what UNC did last year, because even if they lose, what can you say? What really, what in all actuality can you say? When we talk about rivalry enders, that's a rivalry ender right there. You beat him in his last regular season game, in his last postseason game, last game period. You beat him.
look, I understand the Final Four one is probably the bigger game, but like the fact he had the regular season game where he had the press conference after he was supposed to have. First off, what are they thinking? Are they assuming? Are they assuming that like this is the North Carolina Tar Heels? You think you're just going to win that game and have your press conference? They should have put that on like Georgia Tech night. All right, like to do that on the Carolina night. Because what a great they need to be selling DVDs of that outside of Chapel Hill. I know no one watches DVDs, flash drives. I don't fucking know, right? But my point is that was absolutely hilarious. How awkward that was when Coach K comes out to the podium and he's like, "That was unacceptable. Our team will never do that again. That was unacceptable." But then he's got to sit there and like go through 40 years of history, saying, "Oh, thank you, absolutely classic moment." Now, here's what I wonder. I guess we'll just jump right into this. You're right. I don't think you can ever, even if Duke wins today, it's not equal. That's not equal.
No, it's never. Yeah, no, there's nothing you have that will be equal to that. There's no win that you can have short of beating Carolina for their national championship.
Yeah,
there's no win that you can have.
To me, I imagine Coach K is going to be in the building. John Shire was a part of that staff a year ago.
Should he really be there? Last time he was in the building in this building, Coach K, they took a L. So I don't know if he should be there. He probably should watch this one from home.
That is hilarious too. Like imagine if he goes again. I don't know. This is great, but Shire was on that staff. I think this game probably means more for him today than it does for Hubert Davis, even though Carolina is somewhat a bubble team. That makes it compelling in its own right. Shire he wants to get off to a start of, hey, I'm 1-0, against UNC. We're having an interesting year with a lot of young talent, but if I could be 1-0 against UNC, people stop panicking about the inexperienced roster and the fact that they've been terrible on the road this year.
UNC is not the team that you're worried about in the regular season. Like as a team overall and what their outlook is, like you just want them to get in. You get in and you feel comfortable with them going up against anybody with the amount of veterans that they have on this team, the leadership they have on this team, the ability that they can get on defense to just provide sparks for themselves on defense and get out in the break and run transition and play through those really good guards and Armando Bacot down low. I don't know, man. Everybody's saying UNC's having a tough year, but it looks oddly similar to last year. We see how that ended up.
Does. It really does. It really does. And in general, this isn't even, I know you're a Carolina fan, so I'm just saying experience pays off of late in college basketball. Like your past 5 Final Fours, I want to say, have been some of the most experienced teams in the land. So if
all
you
I'm
are
is
everybody's
betting Carolina today. I want everybody to know that. I'm not going to let you shy from that. The public, everybody is on Carolina in the points today. So if Carolina wins and they survive the public jinx, you might as well just not invite me back on the show. Like you might as well just not invite me back on the show because I'm not going to have anything else to talk about. Not at all. I'm not going to have anything else to talk about.
I hate to do this. I'm on Duke. Everyone's on. Sure everyone is on Carolina. I think Shire, even though the only bad part about this is I think Shire's the only one that's probably been crossing off the days because this roster's brand new. They weren't there last year. They didn't feel the pain. That is the tricky part about this. But I am going to take Duke. All the public dog got fleas. I'm taking Duke. They've been pretty fire at Cameron this year, so that's the only positive I could really say about them. And Carolina's been a little iffy on the road. Even that Syracuse game. I was on Carolina. Man, there's some questionable calls down the stretch that gave Carolina a dub. But I'll take it. But my point is I haven't seen Carolina been dominant yet on the road. Now I do, like you, foresee that coming because of their experience.
Yeah. At
some point this year. I'm still going. I'm going Duke here. I think Shire's going to make a point here. I think it's personal for him. And,
I'm not taking Duke at all. But what I'm going to look to do is look for Duke to get some energy at home, get out really, really quickly in this game, and come in and get Carolina more points. Give me about 8, 9, somewhere around there. I don't think it's anywhere of a loss like that. So I'll look for Duke to get out early. Then I'm going to come in and live bet Carolina.
I like it. I like that angle too. If you're going to take Carolina, I think that would probably be the smartest approach. Shout out to Pete Keys and Beats. Morning, Colby. Coffee and Dundee talk. Gotta love that. And I see Jefferson saying, "Morning, guys from British Columbia." Shout out to British Columbia, Canada. Beautiful, beautiful part of the.
Oh, is that Canada? I had no idea. I was literally sitting here like, dang, where is British Columbia? Okay,
Vancouver. Like I don't know. There's a bunch of Victoria. It's a beautiful part of Canada.
I'm gonna have to go in the summertime. What is it? Is it cold up there in the summertime, Jeff?
No,
Jefferson?
no.
Is it cold?
All
right, I'm gonna go in the summertime.
Yeah.
I'm going to summertime. Yeah.
They have like one of the a lot of the Chinese that came over to North America built the railroads, and a lot of them reside in Vancouver, one of the best Chinatowns that I've ever been in. Shout out to the good people of Vancouver and the good Chinese people of Vancouver.
Hey, Canada's national anthem kind of slap a little bit. Have you heard it? Would they be like,
I have.
"Oh, Canada"?
I have.
Hey, that's why they kind of slap a little bit. I like it.
Definitely.
I mean, I was watching the World Cup and I was sitting there. I'm just singing to myself, "Oh, Canada."
Yeah, it's got a nice ring to it, man. It's got definitely a nice ring to it. Now Mason says Vancouver has the best Asian food in North America. I know that I look.
Really?
I've only been up there.
Really?
I've only been up there a couple times, but I can tell you this: Vancouver, Chinese food, just the whole fucking Chinatown they have there, unbelievable. Expensive fucking city though, low key expensive fucking city. All right, let's hit these games because we got the Commonwealth Cup. First off, how about your boy Ace Baldwin last night?
Yes, sir.
37.
Yes, sir. Statement win.
37.
Statement win.
Whew.
Statement win.
Whew.
Now's the test. Now is the really, really. If they get a win and they sweep Dayton, now I'm expecting Dayton to get this win. I don't think they get swept, but if they sweep Dayton, I don't think even if they lose the A10 if they lose the A10, I think they're still an out at large in the tournament because they are putting together a resume.
Yeah, and especially if they factor in the fact Baldwin was out for some of their bad losses. Are you referring to Dayton or you're referring to VCU, correct?
VCU. I think if VCU, even if they get another win and they sweep Dayton, then even if they don't come out the A10 tournament champions, I think they still get in.
Yeah, they got, and they would have to look at that because they look at injuries and say, oh, they're bad losses,
Yeah, like Ace Baldwin was out, and now he's back, and he's dropping 37 in a college basketball game. Come on now.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to Trevor in the chat. Says I'm not allowed to go to Canada. Canada has some strict. I know this from friends in the stand-up world or the music world. They have some strict fucking laws. If you catch like a DUI in America and you're trying to go to Canada, good fucking luck. Any type of charge. I know it's always tough to. I've had friends that had a hard time getting in to do some shows in Canada. Virginia is at Virginia Tech. This is what I'm referring to. The Commonwealth Cup. These teams not known to like each other. Virginia Tech lost the first matchup in Charlottesville. They're easily the more desperate team right now because Virginia Tech on the outside of the bubble after Nigel Pack went off for Miami in the final minute and a half of that game down there in Miami Gardens. I think the Hokies get it done. This is in Blacksburg. I'm going to lay the point. I think they get it done. What are you doing here?
Oh, come on. I'm a 757 guy where it's always Tech over Virginia. Always and forever. It doesn't matter. It will always be Tech over Virginia. So you didn't have to ask me. I'm all over Virginia Tech in this one.
There we go.
And you're getting a pretty good system edge in the conference. A conference game where a unranked team is favored against a ranked team. Like that's a pretty good conference edge. You get a really good return on the money line for the unranked team. And it's just because why is this unranked team favored? Like, what do they know that you don't know? Virginia is number 6 in the nation. Everybody's hammering Virginia, and Virginia Tech here is a 1.5 point favorite. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to back Virginia Tech here.
Yeah. Give me the Hokies and Dylan's cracking me up. Dylan Nye in the chat. Make sure you pick the team with the winning record. That's a callback to the jackass that was giving us a hard time for taking a team with a losing record, even though there was a gigantic point spread.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Kansas is going into Ames, Iowa. This game is fucking fantastic, man. I mean, you got Iowa State loses a game at Texas Tech. They jump back to 5th place, but the Big 12 race is absolutely compelling because I feel like if Iowa State wins this game today and the right teams win or lose, they could be back into 1st place tomorrow. Huge game going on in Ames. They almost beat them outright in the fog in Lawrence, Kansas. Only lost by 2 on January 14th. This is one that I like.
Play my music. Play my music.
Yes. We're both seeing eye to eye here because I'm all over Iowa State. Terrell Furman's all over Iowa State.
Hey, TJ Ossenberger said this is the new Iowa State. We are not gonna accept mediocrity, and when we lose, when we have setbacks over the course of the season, we will bounce back. We're gonna turn it around, and we're gonna be in competition with the best teams in the Big 12. And Kansas has been the best team in the Big 12 for a very long amount of time. No matter how many stretches you get of Baylor, you ultimately still think of the premier of the Big 12 is Kansas. So
yeah,
this is gonna be a game they absolutely get up for. I think people have been waiting overnight outside in Iowa for this game, so yeah,
which is crazy because it's probably 10 degrees.
Yeah, no, I would never. You could never ever get me because I will wait in the line. Like I'm sure the line won't be that long.
Not enough whiskey in the world, huh? Says Terrell Furman.
And if all of y'all are waiting overnight, that means y'all should get in pretty quickly. So I could only be about 10 minutes late and still get in and not have to wait outside in the cold. That's just I couldn't do it. It's not me. It's not in me.
UCF is at Cincinnati. This is kind of an important AAC game going on there. Johnny Dawkins and UCF been better than expected. Even Cincinnati and Wes Miller, former Tar Heel, a little bit better than expected.
Wes Miller, UNCG coach, UNCG.
That's true.
In the SoCon for all that time before he took the Cincinnati job.
Since he's laying 6.5. I got to take the 6.5. I think this is like, I actually think UCF's the better team, but I think this is going to come down to like a possession or two. So give me the 6.5 in the very Golden Knights. What are you doing there?
I think I think I'm gonna go UCF plus the 6. I just think that this is gonna be a really, really good game, and now you're talking, what is it, 6.5? I'm getting outside
6.5,
yeah, that's outside of 2 possessions. I don't know if it's gonna be. Last time around, Cincinnati got a win 69-68 in Cincy, so UCF plays them hard, and they travel, and they know that this is a big game. And
this spread's
11-4 against the spread at home, though. All right, I'm gonna go Cincy. I'm gonna go Cincy -6. All right.
Oh,
it's tough. It's tough.
Turn.
Yeah, it's tough. This is gonna be a good game. This is gonna be a really good game.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
I don't think anybody's really talking about this one too, compared to the rest of the slate.
Yeah, and I don't know that we should be talking about this next. Shout out to Moneyline Mac, by the way, but I don't know if we should be talking about this next one because UConn's at Georgetown. I've made my case for who Georgetown should hire.
Who'd you say? I missed it.
Earl Boynton, Oklahoma State head coach.
Okay.
That's one. I have a few. Boynton would be the first guy I call. Obviously, you gotta call Calipari because it seems like it's a little. His relationship with the fans in Kentucky is a little.
Think he moves to the Big East though?
No, I think he goes to Texas personally. Personally, I think he might say "fuck you."
Well, he's not leaving. He's not leaving next year. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
Yeah.
Do you know who he has coming in next year? He's
Wagner.
Not leaving next year.
I know
Wagner and Lil Rob Dillingham.
Yeah,
That's North Carolina guy. Hey,
but dude,
Rob
it's gotten really chippy. It's gotten really chippy in those press conferences, man. And to be honest, like, and look, I got nothing against Calipari, but I do think you got to play the game. The minute you start coming at the fan base like that, it's not going to go good unless you win a national championship. Like even if you lose at Kentucky, if you lose in the Final Four, and only igniting that by coming at the fan base and coming at the football program and shit. I'm telling you, it's not you painted yourself in a corner now where you have to win the national championship for them to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me, that's the only way.
Well, they got a good chance next year because
it's true, but you gotta tough it out. You gotta tough it out.
Lil Rob is like that. I don't know, man.
but tell me you couldn't see the wealthiest athletic department in America is the Texas Longhorns. Chris Beard is gone. You're telling me that they wouldn't come there and say, because look, there's no way Kentucky can't fire Calipari because the buyout's too big. But Texas has fuck you money. So Texas is the one school I think that would say, hey, we have no problem paying your buyout. Now, I know I made a case for like St. John's and Georgetown, but they would have to work with the university potentially to get him out of there. I think Texas is the one real candidate that could say, fuck you, like come coach here. But yeah, it also makes a lot of sense for Kentucky fans to be a little patient with that class coming in. Anyway, I like Earl Boynton. I also think they should probably call Chris Mack. It's been out of the game for 2 years. It's worth the phone call. And obviously Brad Stevens, I would call him as well. There's no way they should have called. I'd said last year to call Dennis Gates. Would have been a perfect fucking fit. Perfect fit at Georgetown. UConn's laying 13.5 at Georgetown. Georgetown's been covering these double-digit lines though. They might be terrible, but they're covering these double-digit lines of late. I feel like this was an 11-point game in stores not long ago. What are you doing here?
Give me Georgetown and the points.
I agree.
I think that this UConn team has been on the slide. Yeah, they just covered 11 versus DePaul, but I think that back-to-back road games in this spot, it's easy to overlook them. Like, it's super easy to overlook Georgetown in this spot. And guess who they have on deck on Tuesday? That boy Shaka Smart and the Marquette Golden Eagles. This is a textbook look ahead spot for college basketball, especially after a dominant win last time out, going to play this Georgetown team that you really don't think about. I'm on the Hoyas plus 13.5.
Yeah. I think you got to take the Hoyas here. Nathan Haynes says, do you see Rajon Rondo heading to Kentucky to coach?
Look, I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying he's staying one more year, because Wag and Rob with Rondo and Calipari, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. If you have not seen Robert Dillingham's mixtape, go look it up. Go look it up after this. I promise you will not be disappointed. He is a pure automatic bucket.
Now their NIL collective also can probably keep some of the talent there, much like this year when they kept Oscar Tshiebwe for. I mean, it's been speculated. I don't think any of this stuff is fact. For $1 million, I heard. Michigan State is taking on Rutgers. Now Rutgers, I don't know why you would do this to yourself, because you're incredible at the rack. This one's at Madison Square Garden. It still counts as a home game. And look, this is one of the best places in the world, if not the best, to catch a basketball game. But damn, I like, you got such a good thing going at home. I don't know why you're tinkering with it here and going to MSG, because I do think Sparty will travel some. I will take Michigan State in the points in the Garden. What are you doing here? Are you still there, my friend? Terrell? Are we still live right now? Is the chat rolling along, or is are we having internet problems here in the studio, or is it over there with you, Terrell? I'm not sure, but I got my coffee. What does John Goodman say in Big Lebowski? I'm just gonna sit here and drink my coffee. I'm gonna sit here and drink my motherfucking coffee. Oh, you're back. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Hey, they didn't want me to give out this winner. Clearly, what they didn't want to happen.
Hold on. So I didn't get any of your pick.
Yeah.
What was your pick on this one?
They clearly did want me to give out Rutgers. Clearly not want me to give out Rutgers spot, because I'm still going Rutgers. It doesn't matter that it's in Madison Square Garden for me. I made it better in terms of under in the game, but I still think that this is a good opportunity for Rutgers, who is still fighting. Like this, everybody's looking towards March now. Everybody's looking towards March now. I think this Rutgers team is scrappy. It's going to be close. It's going to be a sweat. It's going to be a sweat regardless, but it's not March yet, Izzo. So calm down.
Yeah, I mean that's another 9 a.m. game, kind of low key. 10 a.m.
But if it was at Rutgers, I would have put a lock on it. I'm not going to lock it now, but I would have put a lock on it if it was at Rutgers.
The chat is cracking me up right now. We got the Chinese spy balloon killing the Wi-Fi. We also have it's Fallon Iverson saying Terrell has the Haitian Wi-Fi package.
The Russians got me.
Oh man, Texas Tech is at Baylor. This game's huge. Texas Tech's won 2 in a row. All of a sudden, they're showing signs of life. These teams, this fan bases don't like each other, and Baylor's laying 9.5. See, I thought that line was a little bit off. That's why I'm laying the 9.5 with the Baylor Bears.
Oh, it's. I'm all over Baylor in this spot. Texas Tech is not who they were. I think that the quicker we realize this, and everybody realizes this, and I think it's because of how stacked that Big 12 is that people don't realize Texas Tech is not who they were. Like there's been too many times that we've given them an opportunity to show us that they're still that high defensive team that's going to put defense first and go out there and try, it's going to be a barn burner type of game. First team to 60 wins with Texas Tech. Like that's not who they are this season. They're giving up a lot of these games, whether it's at home, whether it's on the road, they're giving up a lot of these games. And I think this is a spot where Baylor is just the better team and they're going to get out and run.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think the Baylor Bears put it on, and they've been playing great basketball.
And Texas Tech coming off a win versus Iowa State. Like this is a Texas Tech coming off a win, Baylor coming off a loss. It feels like a really, really good spot. Yeah.
Shout out to Jong, great, big fan of Jong, man. We've known him for years.
Yep.
I haven't seen you. Haven't seen you much lately, buddy. Man, hope everything's good with you and your family. And look, I love the default photo he's got of UCLA with the Jordan symbol there. Jong's a huge UCLA fan. And he's asking for the Korean barbecue special. Best 2-team money line underdog parlay. I know we're getting should we save that to the very end? I think we should save that to the very end. I think we got to get through
some more games. But Iowa State is definitely, and I mean, it's a small dog, little baby dog, puppy dog, plus 105. But I feel really, really good about that plus 105.
Yeah, I do too, man. I'm all over the Cyclones there. Here's one. Let me just scroll down to the next. Auburn at Tennessee. Tennessee's laying 9.5. Auburn's been pretty iffy on the road this year. They're kind of having a little bit of a down. I shouldn't say a down year because they're still going to make the NCAA tournament, but they haven't been as good as there's more to be desired from Auburn this season. There's a lot more to be desired. You would expect them to be a top 15 type team and not top 25. So in that term, it's a disappointment. But overall, in terms of college basketball, they're still pretty all right. Yeah, and they head to Knoxville. Obviously, Bruce Pearl used to be the head coach in Knoxville, and the NCAA got him fired essentially from Tennessee because he had a fucking barbecue where he had some recruits come eat. Get the fuck out of here, NCAA. I can't wait. We're gonna throw a party when they fucking leave the NCAA and just form their own fucking thing. It's gonna be fantastic.
What was the joint? What was the soccer joint that they created? Oh man, where's my soccer people at?
Oh, for the I know what you're talking about.
What was that league called?
That pissed off. They never played a game, right?
Yeah, they killed it. But yeah, I think they should. If they did that in college sports, I wouldn't be mad.
Oh, I mean, anything. Come on, man. The NCAA's they've been hurting people's lives for nothing, because a fucking 17-year-old kid came over to Bruce Pearl's house and had some fucking barbecue. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And I guarantee if that should happen in swimming, no one reports that shit. You know what I mean? So if a swimmer gets a pass, basketball player, a football player, not only do they fire the coach, they get suspended for the fucking season in some cases. I'm all over Tennessee here though. With me having said all that, I think Tennessee's going to drill Auburn today.
I can't play Auburn on the road. It's not me.
Well, and especially Tennessee coming off the loss in the swamp in the swamp. Remember, so I mean, Tennessee's been pretty fire at home too. So, next up we got. Let's hop down to. Well, I guess we can touch base now. I am going to take this though, man. I know Shock has been our boy for a while.
This is a lot.
It's too many. It's 15 and a half. 15 and a half in the Butler Bulldogs.
I can't remember last time. I can't remember last time Shock covered something this large.
I'm taking and I know Butler's been a mess with injuries all year. Chuck Harris is still a game time decision, but it's Manny Bates is back. Ali is back. I think Butler will be able to hang with the 15 and a half, even though I know that place gets pretty lit. I like it. I like this one. I think this line's telling you everything. TCU's at Oklahoma State. We were just talking about Mike Boynton. I think he's underappreciated in Stillwater. I think he's a damn good coach. And Georgetown Hoya should give the guy a call. Oklahoma State laying 4 in Stillwater. Mike Miles is out for TCU. They were able to win without him against West Virginia the other night in Fort Worth. I think it comes crashing down here on the road. You need your leading scorer. TCU struggles to shoot, and he is by far their best shooter. I got Oklahoma State minus the 4. I got my ticket at 3.5, but I'm saying I'll still like it at 4. In Stillwater, what are you doing there?
Yeah, oh man. I mean, I wish I got the earlier part of this line when it was OK State -1 and it's ballooned all the way up. And I mean, I get it. I 100% get it. I think I have to back OK State here, but I am having concern about closing line value and taking the line after it's gotten this far.
Yeah, and I guess you can make a case. Well, Oklahoma State just beat Oklahoma. It's a letdown spot. I just don't think TCU is going to be able to shoot that well or score that efficiently on the road today without Mike Miles. So yeah, I'm on the Cowboys here. Shout out to Coke Booger, who says Hartford having a reunion day. Will Vin Baker be there? Can they cover the 7? No, they cannot cover the 7. I like Chicago State -7, but that is interesting. And I was wondering where Vin Baker is, because Hartford went to their first NCAA tournament just a couple years ago, and now their school, their administration is moving them to D3, which I find absolutely fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous what you're doing with those. They're the ones that always say too, it's our student athletes. Well, you're fucking them over. They came there to play D1 basketball, and not only D1. I believe in several sports they're doing this. Yeah. Fuck Hartford. Hopefully Vin Baker will be there and maybe they can cause enough noise to change things over there. But is Butler the biggest disappointment in the Big East? Yes, I was much higher on Butler, but a lot of that is injury based. I think I read it.
I don't even want to say they're a disappointment. I think everybody in the Big East kind of played a little bit better than expectation this year. I don't know. Is it possible that Butler is doing exactly what we thought they was and just the UConn, the Marquettes, all these other schools are just better.
But Butler hasn't had this. I mean, I wish I had the number perfectly memorized here, but I think they've used a different starting lineup like over 27 times this year, right? Like,
oh really?
And I'm talking out of my ass with 27, but I know the number is a big number because Jalen Thomas was out, and then Manny Bates was out, and I think even Chuck Harris missed a game or two. So I know that they've had just a nightmare when it comes to consistency. I heard Thad Matta talking about it, saying, well, we haven't had the same starting 5 much all year. And that's it's hard to move forward in a conference that loaded when you don't have continuity. So I think that's been a big deal. So let's talk about this one here. Illinois is at Iowa. Did you hear about, first off, they had a little bit of a dust up shaking hands the first time after the first game in Champaign. Now you have a situation where Illinois was trying to buy tickets to travel through a charity where they got caught. So there was no real charity that was going to be there. They got caught trying to purchase the tickets through a charity.
Oh, so they can have extra people in the game?
Yeah. and the Iowa fans or Iowa administration caught them. I love it. You gotta love it here. This is in Iowa City, where Iowa always. I swear, if we hosted the fucking The NCAA tournament in Iowa City, Iowa might have multiple national championships because they play a lot better at home than on the road. This line has came down a little bit. It was 3.5 last night when we were calling the show. It's 2.5 right now. I think Iowa gets it done because I think these teams hate each other, and this crowd, knowing that they know of this somewhat small scandal of trying to get all these tickets. I think this place is going to be bonkers today. What are you doing here?
Like they're going to make some type of joke. There's going to be some type of joke that they find out that they can make of it. So yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Take the Hawkeyes. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Tulane is at Memphis. Ron Hunter doing a good job.
Real quick. Let me tackle Pete right here. And he's asking about the Iowa State versus KU. And that is the logic that a lot of public bettors have. Oh, Iowa State got killed last week. Oh, Kansas has been playing really, really well. Like, what is going on? No, it's just the fact that one, home court means so much in college sports. Like with these kids, you got to remember, these are kids. Like these are people that are 18, 19, 20 years old. Like it's really hard to go travel and play games like that. And I didn't say it earlier, but since 2005, in top 25 matchups, home underdogs have gone 99, 70, 71, and 2. That is 58% against the spread per Bet Labs. So I'm just telling you, the trend is there. You look at the teams and how the teams stack up. They're about even, both pretty well coached. And then look how that last game ended. And Iowa State feels a little chip on their shoulder. Like, hey, we should have beat them on the road. That's a really good spot to, have them in. And we take them on the road and play them here in Fog Allen, one of the toughest places to play in the Big 12, if not the toughest place next to West Virginia. So, yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of things that look surface level really good for Kansas, but that's where they try to get you, and that's where they take a lot of people's money. So Iowa State's the play.
I mean, they won the national championship last year. Ames will get lit for fucking anything. All right. But then you add in the fact that you're getting the national champions to come into Ames. This place is going to burn down today. All right. Yeah. And that's the real logic. But also, how about TJ Otzelberger's improving this program? And they were up 23 or whatever that number was.
Look at them 2 years ago. Yeah. 2 years ago, they were a laughing stock, a joke. Yeah. You were sitting. I think there was a point where we were counting the days until Iowa State could get a win/cover. Like, come on.
Chat's cracking me up. I want to touch base quickly on this one. Tulane beat Memphis the first time in New Orleans. This is now back in Memphis, Tennessee. Penny Hardaway is currently in third place. Tulane's in fourth. So this is a big game. I think Tulane is gonna cover this, but I like Penny to get the dub. The line is 7. What are you doing here?
I am going with. Oh man, something about Memphis. I just haven't felt comfortable. Like I've never felt comfortable playing Memphis this entire season. I've done it. I just haven't felt comfortable with it. I think this is just another situation where I just feel weird about this Memphis team, and I'm probably going to fade them in the tournament. But here, I think that they have the opportunity to get some revenge at home, and really solidify themselves as the number 2 in that conference. That hey, if we go on a run in the ACC tournament, maybe we can knock off number 1. Like number 1's been reeling a little bit. And I think that's really where the motivation is. We just saw Houston reeling a little bit. Let's go ahead and try to capitalize in our matchups and play our type of game and, play catch up. So yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll back Memphis here.
Miami's at Clemson, first place potentially on the line here in the ACC. Brevin Galloway, starting guard for Clemson. We're wishing him the best because his balls exploded, according to his words.
Shout out to him for inking a NIL deal for some underwear.
Yeah, fuck, man. He needs all the NIL, man. That just sounds fucking painful. He said he did that weightlifting. Oh,
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I just prayers, man.
Yeah.
Prayers.
Yeah. But that it sounds bad. That's the reason I'm on the Hurricane, because their guard play, I think, can take advantage. First off, I don't think Clemson's extremely deep as a roster. I know this place will be rocking for Clemson because they're currently in first place. But I just think when you look at Isaiah Wong, when you look at Nigel Pack, that guard play for Jimmy Larinaga and the Hurricanes a little too much for me. I know Miami's been a little iffy on the road. I got the Hurricanes going into Clemson, getting the dub as a 2-point dog there. What are you doing here?
I'm not 12-0 at home. 12-0 at home is Clemson.
That is pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing.
And 8-7, sporting an 8-7 ATS record. Miami 6-2 on the road against the spread. That's really, really good, man. I think this is game of the day. Honestly, I think this is game of the day. However, what I know about Clemson is when they get at home, they take the air out of the ball. Like they take the air out of the ball. They force you to play out of the half court, play really, really good defense. I think that this is a game that actually Isaiah Wong can struggle by his standards, where he may, look at the box score. He may still have 15, 16, 17 points by the end of the game, but it was completely inefficient, like really, really inefficient in getting those points. And I think that's where the issues for Miami is coming. I think they'll still be able to score points eventually, but they're going to be extremely inefficient, which is going to give Clemson more opportunities. So I'm actually going Clemson on this one, and I'm going to lock this one up. I feel good about Clemson getting it done today.
Oh boy, Terrell Furman saying roll with the Tigers.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got a barn burner going on. I think you could argue. I think many fans would probably say, dude, this is the real game of the day. Purdue in Bloomington taking on Indiana. I mean, you got to give it up for Trace Jackson Davis. A lot of the Hoosiers have been injured lately. He's put the team on the back. He's put up some monster fucking games. Like I feel like the past 2 weeks, and I'm talking out of my ass here because I don't know the numbers off the top of my head for the past 2 weeks, but I feel like he's averaging like 30 and 20 boards every game. Indiana's laying a half a point. Purdue's the number 1 team in America. Zach Edey's ice cream. The Canadian Yao Ming has been absolutely fire for the Boilermakers this year. I actually think, I know we were doing the SGP show and people were saying, oh, Edey's going to eat up Trace Jackson Davis. I disagree. I think this is an opportunity where small ball, you can get Trace Jackson Davis is capable of hitting jump shots. And I think getting Edey away from the basket is the key to the Hoosiers winning this game, getting them into foul trouble. I know Moneyline Mac was referring to this as well.
That's where I was going with it, is attack him. Him. It's too many times that guys are really afraid to go at him. And you can, I understand he puts up the stats and he's really good. I think that he's not as good as the pedestal everybody wants to put him on. And I think there's ways to beat him. Like, I don't think he's this unbeatable player that you play against him and you're saying, oh, he's just going to get his. There's no way we can take him out the game. No, you can scheme him out the game. You have the opportunity to do it. So I think that this is a really, really good spot for Indiana to just go at him. Like, just bring the game to him and let him see if he comes up to the moment on the road in the Hoosier House, where, again, extremely, extremely hard place to play. And I'll be interested to see if number 1 Purdue can come out here with a win. Yeah,
I think they take an L. I think they take an L today. If Allen Iverson's cracking me up here, Clemson's still selling affirmative action cookies. Is that a real story? I'm not familiar with?
Yeah, I'm not familiar. That sounds crazy.
Oh, please drop the
link.
link.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all, but I just didn't know that was like a thing.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it would not surprise me too much, but I do need to get hip to it. Texas is in Manhattan, Kansas. Oh, dude, this is one of my favorite plays. Kansas State's going to beat Texas. Jerome Tang, and the way that first off, K-State, what they do when they went to Austin? When they went to Austin, they put up 116 points. That's an NBA score. They dropped NBA numbers in Austin against a great defensive team. I think, you could say, well, it's a revenge angle for Texas. I think Kansas State, coming off the loss to Kansas, Keontae Johnson's been a beast. I love Noel the point. Give me K-State. This place is going to be rocking too. I like an Iowa State K-State parlay actually.
Is Kansas State missing somebody? Where's Moneyline Mac? Do you know that? Is Kansas State missing somebody?
I mean, they have some guys that were out, but like they've been out all year. They're not
Yeah,
like
I feel like I saw something recently though. Maybe I gotta look it up. I don't know. Because why? I feel like I told myself earlier that I was on Texas, but I can't remember why I said I was on Texas. And I feel like it's because somebody's out.
I mean, Texas has been playing better. They've been playing better. I feel like getting that cloud of Chris Beers shit of potentially not knowing if he's coming back or when he's coming back. Since they've got that, they've moved along. I do feel like they've gotten better. Max in the chat saying K-State's healthy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on K-State. I think that's going to be it's going to be a fun game to watch. But you're riding with the Longhorns there. You're hooking them. You're hooking horns. Yeah.
I don't think I'm hooking them. I don't know. This one is weird. This is a weird game. I don't think Texas should be favored at all.
K-State is coming off of the Kansas loss. They're going to get right. They're still alive to win this Big 12. This is a huge game. These are the top 2 teams right now in the Big 12.
Yeah, I don't know. Something is reserved. Why is Texas a favorite? That's what's blowing me. I'm not understanding that.
Coke Booger in the chat says, he's riding the Longhorns. Coke Booger in the chat says, can we talk about
when
it
smells? It smells.
Yeah, I'm on K-State. Hold on. Coke Booger, I'm going chronologically, man. Like, look, you guys, Jesus fucking Christ, can we talk about one game west of the Rockies? I'm on the 1:00 time slot still. You know what I mean? Like, I was going chronologically. We can definitely do that though, because I know it's already 8:47 here on the West. All right. Gonzaga, St. Mary's, first place on the line. I can't believe we're in February and Gonzaga's currently in second place in the WCC. That's a testament to Randy Bennett and how good St. Mary's has been this year. St. Mary's is laying 3.5 points. I think Gonzaga is going to win this game outright, though. I think St. Mary's been a great story because they lost some key players from a season ago. I think the Zags feel a little disrespected, and that's something they don't feel much in the regular. They haven't felt this in like 20 years in the regular season. I'm going to take the Zags to go into the Bay Area and win it outright. What are you doing there, Terrell?
Yeah, I think I mean, I haven't been impressed by anything I've seen from St. Mary's all year. Like, this has been a team that, they've been going out there getting wins, but I don't think they've all been, the most impressive wins. You have the 1-point game at BYU. That was a pretty good win, but you still kind of fell a little bit short of where you could have. And then San Francisco gave them a really good game as well. Like, it just seems like they're in the same spot that they're always in, and they feel like the Zags are down and they can catch the Zags today. And I don't think that's the case. So I'm going Gonzaga here.
Yeah, me too. Oregon is in Tempe taking on Bobby Hurley and Arizona State. Oregon, probably the more desperate team, but both teams on the bubble, life on the bubble in Tempe, Arizona. ASU is laying 1. I think Oregon's going to get the road win here. I think Oregon's going to go into Tempe.
Really?
I do. I think Oregon, I thought that they were going to give Arizona a tougher game in Tucson. That didn't happen. Maybe because this is the one. Also, Arizona State, always the most inconsistent team. I never know what to expect. I never feel good when I have Arizona State, and I've hit some bets with them this year, but I never feel good because you never know. They could win by 30 today, or they could lose by 30. That's been Arizona State with Bobby Hurley. But I like Oregon because I think they're the more desperate team here. I think Arizona State can still make the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, Oregon's desperate because they put themselves in this hole. Like,
True.
This has been completely avoidable. I understand, if like some in terms of other teams around college basketball where it's injuries or whether it's this or whether it's that or blah, blah, blah. No, Oregon has done this to themselves. I can't back Oregon in this spot. I'm taking Arizona State. Oregon literally has done this to themselves, and I can't trust to back them on a money line where I think that I don't know if they're going to close out the game. Like, I do not know if they're going to close out the game. I think they shoot themselves in the foot, and this is just a down year for them.
It's been a down year for a couple of years, and I think Dana Altman better watch his job.
Yeah, very quietly, very quietly. And I don't think it's a bad thing. Like sometimes you just need to move on from an organization, go somewhere new, try something new, get some new players, and rebuild a philosophy. Because Dana Altman's still a really good coach. I like him as a coach. So
and Phil Knight has fuck you money too. So maybe we should mention him in the John Calipari stakes.
He's never going that far out. That's two different styles of basketball. He's not playing that style of basketball.
Still, I mean, he could be. They own Nike. I could just see Calipari just destroying it recruiting with that Nike.
Yeah,
money.
I mean, he would, but it's just
yeah.
you would literally have to change how Oregon plays basketball. Like West Coast basketball, you would be East Coast on the West Coast playing East Coast basketball. Like,
yeah, Florida's at Kentucky. I'm locking up Kentucky. Speaking of John Calipari, I'm laying the 5. Florida coming off a huge win in the swamp against Tennessee. Now they hit the road and go to Rupp. I do think Kentucky's improving despite, I know that the fans, it's been a rocky year for Wildcat fans. I'm going to lay the 5. This is actually one of my favorite plays of the day. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll lay the 5 with you in Kentucky, and not Kentucky, but yeah, in Kentucky here. I'll lay the 5, but I'll take you in this same conference to one of my favorite plays of the day we haven't talked about. Give me Vanderbilt -4.5 over Ole Miss at home. I'm not trusting this Ole Miss team at all. Vanderbilt coming off.
Ole Miss sucks, dude.
Yeah, they suck, and then
they're going to have an open coaching position too.
This is one of my favorite system trends of college basketball, and it makes sense when you think about it. Teams that are coming off back-to-back road losses and are a home favorite, they are 70.8% straight up and 56.3% against the spread. So this is a spot where Vanderbilt hits that system match. Is one of my favorite system matches in all of college sports, and I play it whenever I can get a chance with a team that I like. And I like this Vanderbilt team and the chances of them going out there and being able to get a win against a pretty brutal Mississippi team. So if you want a parlay piece, somebody was talking about a 10-team parlay earlier. I'd put Vanderbilt money line in there -180. I don't think I would lay it by itself. I'd probably do like a short money line parlay with a couple of teams, throw Vanderbilt in there. But I like Vanderbilt's chances to go out here and get a win today.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it's another game. I know we're gonna get to our parlay second. So,
and they have the better record, so
I'm completely intrigued. Same conference. I'm very intrigued to watch Missouri. Dennis Gates. This Missouri offense has been fire this year, and then you kind of have the complete different team in Mississippi State who can't score but plays unbelievable lockdown defense. This game's going on in Starkville. Contrast in styles. I love watching that when it comes to college football and college basketball. When you have these type of huge differences. Mississippi State's laying 3.5 at home. I know Mac is locking up the Bulldogs because they've been playing a lot better over the past, I feel like 10 days. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm playing. I don't know. I think Missouri has been pretty.
They've been fire. They've been great. That's one of the best stories of college basketball this year.
I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this tight. I think that Mississippi State gets a win, but I think Missouri covers this line. I think this is a 2-point win by Mississippi State.
I do think it is going to be a close game, but I think free throws at the end. I'll lay the points, but a close game there. All right, for Jong here, let's get back to 2-team money line parlay. Let's give him something with some value here. Let's go. Well, actually, I mean, Gonzaga is what? They're getting 3.5. What does that money line play? Let me pull that up.
Probably like +140.
I think we put the Zags out there on something, but I know they might be, especially knowing Jong, he probably wants something juicier. But let me think about what else we could throw. I mean, Mac's not going to like this, but how about Oklahoma to beat West Virginia on the money line in Morgantown?
Yeah,
they're 6-point dog, I believe.
And Oklahoma's turning it on. They're turning it on this week.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a game. I think it's going to be a game regardless. If you're telling me, we can get a team that's going to be a 6.5 point dog, I think it's probably going to be a 1 or 2 possession game. So let's throw that in there. And what is some really good value we can get you here? Any chance St. John's can win at Xavier? No, right? I don't think so. Xavier's too good at home. Yeah. What about man? A lot of these big ass spreads, man. I don't like it. There's like one really terrible team. Mac is saying disgusting.
Hold on, I'm scrolling.
What about? I mean, can Delaware knock off Charleston? Could Charleston lose 3 straight games in Delaware? They're a 7-point dog.
Yeah, I think there's a chance there.
Notre Dame. Could Notre Dame knock off? That's only a 3-point spread, but
I like Notre Dame. I like Notre Dame to get a win.
Okay,
I do,
let's go Notre Dame.
I like Notre Dame to get a win.
Let's go Notre Dame as 1, Oklahoma as 2. Yeah, Dylan, I'm not picking LSU. Fuck LSU. I'm done taking LSU.
I'm actually on LSU in the points today. I want LSU in the points today.
I don't know. I don't know if you remember this. I locked them up when they played at Bama and they lost by 50. They were getting like 15 at Bama. I was like, oh, it's too.
No,
you
got to do. Come on, this is the spot. This is the spot LSU goes. This is the spot.
Dude, I can't take them. LSU. I've been burned so bad with them. I cannot fucking take them. Like,
this is the spot though. And you get reverse line movement because it was 12.5. Now it's 11.5. All the money's on Bama. Everybody remember all that about LSU.
They've been getting drilled by everybody.
You're in Baton Rouge. Like,
that hasn't mattered. That hasn't mattered. They've been getting drilled by everybody in Baton. Look at like their past 8 games.
I know what everything says. I'm just saying, I think this is the spot. Like, I mean, granted, last time Alabama came to Baton Rouge, whether it was football or basketball, they took a L. So I just want to remember that. Like last time, football and basketball, they both took a L.
SK saying East Carolina's a 2.5-point dog to SMU. You know, you can always talk me into this one.
Yeah. I don't like SMU this year. I'll play that.
There we go.
If you have an extra $2, $3. 3 is my favorite. 13 and 3 are my favorite numbers. If you have extra $3, just toss them on LSU money line and just entertain me. Just entertain me, and let's see. Because I don't know. This feels like the letdown spot of all letdown spots for Alabama. Like, this is the complete look over this game. And you have Florida at home on deck. You're sandwiched this road game in between 2 home games. You just went and beat what they scored in that last game. What was the final score?
Oh boy. I mean, I don't even know. I was drinking
101 to 44.
I started drinking. I was like, fuck this.
101 to 44. I mean, I just take a couple dollars and just sprinkle them on LSU. If you lose your money, then fine. Don't put anything, don't do anything to lose, whatever. But just sprinkle it on LSU. They just scored 101 and beat Vandy 101 to 44 at home. Now they're going on the road to the Swamp before a Wednesday game back home at Florida. I just think that this is I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
I got a double-digit dog for you. The Washington Huskies take down USC in Los Angeles today.
Okay.
USC was living on the edge against Washington State the other night. I think Washington can. I wouldn't shock me if they win this game. Would not shock me if they win this game. And shout out to TC who says, hit that thumbs up, show some love. Yes, subscribe, folks, if you can.
Hey, oh yeah. Speaking of, I gotta give you your flowers before we get out of here real quick.
What's that?
Because you've really done it with this YouTube, man. Like, I came in here the other day and I saw 100 people watching at one time. We're at 82 right now, so we got to give you your flowers.
There we
right
go.
Now because
there we go.
You, the whole team, Moneyline Mac. What's my guy that be working backstage? He's been
Noah Beanick.
Yeah, Noah and
Patty C, NC
everybody.
Nick,
like everybody's been like really, really good and really, really helped promoting the show. And you've grown a community, like you've really grown a community here. So that's huge.
There we go. And it's all because of people, the chat. We've made it. I don't know. I mean, obviously I think we know college basketball, but also, we work hard to try to give you guys the show, all of us. I mean, shit. So I feel very lucky to be able to have this And from all the guests, whether it's you, Terrell, or whether it's NC Nick popping in, or Noah Beanick behind the scenes, or Moneyline Mac. Obviously, me and Moneyline Mac are here pretty much every night, and it's been awesome, man. It's been awesome. It's been a great ride. Hopefully, we can continue doing this. Shout out to Russia for banning us. All right, let's. I'm gonna go ahead and say ride that Washington Huskies. We'll ride that Washington Huskies money line play, and let's go watch these fucking games. All right. I hope that answered your question there, John, and appreciate everyone joining the chat. Remember to give Terrell a follow and look at @reallyRel __ on Twitter. And look, if you're a college basketball fan, chances are you're probably betting on the NBA or WNBA. Guess what? He hosts a fucking great podcast. All right. Go check that out. NBA Gambling Podcast, WNBA Gambling Podcast, NFL Gambling Podcast, sometimes with Moneyline Mac. Check it all out, folks.
Let's have a little New Orleans parlay. University of New Orleans is playing, I think Southeast Missouri today. Who are they playing?
No. They're getting someone shitty. Texas A&M Commerce, was it? What was that?
I don't know. I don't remember who they're getting, but take the University of New Orleans and take the New Orleans Pelicans, both on the money line to get wins today. Nice little money line parlay for
little Cajun special.
Yeah, hot Cajun special there.
Let's go. All right, folks. Until tonight. Remember, we're gonna do a reaction show and talk about tomorrow's games later tonight. Me and Moneyline Mac. Appreciate everyone.
If UNC wins, I will be up there. If Duke wins, I probably will, and I'll just still be
will not be answering your calls. All right, folks. Take care. And remember, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience and our YouTube channel, youtube.com/the College Experience. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Yeah, I make the best breakfast, got the test questions, and people pressing up to see the professor. Yes, sir. I profess my love for the fresh pressure. The pressure on you types, the much lesser, much less just a customer in Westchester. Worldwide girls know me as a breast molester. I'm fresh on the keys like John Medeski. Yesterday used to be scrambled eggs for breakfast. Got big expectations and some big checklists. Make it happen, quit flashing your chicklets. Cause the company jargon sounding ridiculous. I'm suspicious that you're just stickless. Yeah, it sticks. It sticks. You know that it sticks. You need to quit looking at all them statistics. I'ma start a doo-wop group called the Realistics. Don't think I'm so far out, I'm realistic. Got the good music, I don't do the nihilistic. Cause I'm vibrations and animalistic. Writing up my groove theories, got them all